Good afternoon. Two 17-year-old boys are due in court in Australia charged with the murder of a woman from Suffolk. Emma Lovell died defending her home near Brisbane on Boxing Day. Her husband says the family are devastated by the senseless killing. Sangeeta Kandola reports.
These are some of the last images shared by the Lovell family on social media. On a beach in Australia in the run-up to Christmas. But just days later, British mother of two, Emma Lovell, was dead. She died defending her home after a break-in near Brisbane on Boxing Day.
She was such a beautiful person. We're all just devastated from her loss. Sort of senseless and I don't know what people do it for. Sorry, look.
It's thought Emma, who moved with her family to Australia from the UK over a decade ago, confronted the intruders in an altercation that spilled out into the front garden before she was fatally stabbed. Her husband, who was also attacked, said breaking the news to their two daughters has been devastating.
I think she said something about, "Where's Mummy?" And I'm like, "We need to talk." And they just broke down. They've had some good friends around recently, yesterday. I think they're trying to take their mind off it.
Two 17-year-old boys have each been charged with murder and attempted murder. Both were known to police. A GoFundMe page has been set up in Emma's memory for her family, who now face the unimaginable loss of a wife and mother, who they described as beautiful and the glue to their family. Sangeeta Kandola, ITV News.
Pope Francis has asked for prayers for his predecessor, Pope Benedict, saying he is very sick. Pope Francis made the announcement at the end of his general audience this morning. He added he was asking the Lord to console and sustain him in this witness of love for the Church until the end. Pope Benedict, who is now 95, stepped down in 2013, the first in 600 years to resign. Two men have been arrested after a man was stabbed to death in a club on Boxing Day. Cody Fisher was in the Crane nightclub when he was attacked. Danny Sinha is there. Danny, what's the latest?
Well, a fast-moving investigation, two arrests, as you quite rightly said. One man aged 21, the other aged 22. Of course, Cody Fisher himself, just 23. He was stabbed on the dance floor at the nightclub behind me. One of the busiest nights of the year. Remember, it was Boxing Day evening. It would have been heaving with people. Now, Cody Fisher himself, we know he was a sports coach and he was a player at Bromsgrove Sporting. Now, his family say they are heartbroken by his death. They said they've lost their best friend and they've asked for privacy at this heartbreaking time. We've also heard from the football club that Cody played for, Bromsgrove Sporting. They say they are deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Cody. He was a friend to many at the club and we send our deepest condolences to his family and loved ones. Well, police, as we've said, have made two arrests. They are still, though, appealing for witnesses. Now, the nightclub themselves, they are dealing and working with police. They say they did carry out those proper searches on revellers when they entered the premises, despite criticism from some saying that those searches and checks could have been a little bit more rigorous. Police, though, saying this is a murder investigation. It is still very much an active case, but many questioning why and how such a terrible event could have happened in the first place.
Danny, thank you very much. Border Force staff have walked out at UK airports. Around 1,000 staff are now on their second series of strikes from now until New Year's Eve. And there is continued rail disruption too, with members of the TSSA union also walking out. Miranda Shunker is here. Miranda, it is, of course, a busy time of the year, people coming in and out. How much disruption has there actually been?
Well, up to now, airports have coped very well with the help of military personnel and civil servants to help with that backlog of passengers coming through. But that is all going to ramp up again today as they're walking out, the Border Force staff. They're having to step in again at all major UK airports. And as passenger numbers rise over the next few days, it's going to get inevitably more difficult. Now, it's also a triple whammy of industrial action because we've got problems again on the railways with members of the TESA union Great Western and West Midlands trains walking out for 24 hours. That's from midday today. And also driving test examiners. They've also walked out across Eastern England and the Midlands, and that's going to be for 5 days. Now, the unions say on all of this, while it is regrettable, this has been long coming down the tracks.
We've been underpaid and undervalued for many, many years. We went to the government and asked for a 10% pay rise, bearing in mind other sectors have asked for a lot more than that. Ministers have actually given themselves an 11% pay rise this year. We weren't even allowed to negotiate. We were told you've got a 2% across the board, which for most of our members works out about 1.3%.
Well, the Prime Minister's spokesperson says that he is disappointed at this widespread level of disruption, but there's little sign of anyone giving way at the moment. Right now, it looks like industrial action will dominate the start of the new year, and I think 2023 could certainly be a bumpy ride.
Miranda, thank you very much. The actor and comedian John Bird has died at the age of 86. Bird was part of the boom in satire in the 1960s and was best known for his performances alongside John Fortune and Rory Bremner in the TV series Bremner, Bird and Fortune. Bremner has today called him one of the greatest satirists. And that's it from us this lunchtime. You can get the latest headlines all day on ITVX. Just go to itvx.com and scroll down to the news section. Mary will be here with the evening news at 6:45. The news here follows after the national weather. From everyone here, bye-bye.